The audit for Pteranodon is cool though.
All right. Is everybody ready?
As
Mentally
ready
or
as I
physically?
can be.
Oh, I'm more than ready.
Just cut to Jesus' dinner with the apostles. Can't wait to see what happens. It's got quite the plot twist for real. Bro, spoilers. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my god.
The news.
Oh, you thought that was bad beer.
Yo, what the fuck, Judas? For real. Oh, I feel like I need an engineering degree to understand what the fuck I'm looking at.
I'm on my way to having an engineering degree, and I don't know what the hell is going on in that image.
What the fuck is going on?
Dear Trend.
Yeah.
That's a map of a base in Factorio.
Yes, I see. I see.
See what?
Okay,
What do you see?
no, Trent's not
Do you
saying.
understand?
No, Trent's not saying I see. Trent's doing the whole thing that I see in iFunny comments all the time, where it's like, I understand completely, parentheses, I have no idea what the fuck I'm
I have
looking
no
at,
idea
close
what the fuck.
parentheses. Like,
It's the Pop Team Epic frame of yes, I understand, and it's the arrow pointing at them, and it says understands nothing.
Pop Team Epic is a fucking god. It is an anime of all time.
Just cut to
What is
Jesus'
that? What is that?
dinner
Is
with
that
the apostles.
red?
Can't wait
But
to see
there's
what happens.
rats? What is happening? I feel like I'm having a stroke. I feel like someone's doctored this screenshot.
What?
What
Oh,
are
are
you?
you talking?
I'm like looking further at the fucking base layout, and like
Oh, you're
it
actually trying to understand it.
it looks like somebody edited it. It does not look real.
Well,
That
that's the
is
thing.
in fact real, and that's the scary part.
Well, that's the thing. Like, with whatever the fuck the mods are in it, who knows what buildings are inside? Because there's the whole thing. Like, there's a person to the right that's like Dodler or whatever,
Good old Dodler.
and there's like the 100 different items being crafted
I
over on
see
the
the
right.
train station on the left. Like the far left in the red.
Oh yeah, with all the white dots.
Yeah.
Look, look, with Factorio, the harder you think about it, the harder it is to play.
Well, that's the thing. You can see, you don't see any of the train tracks going into the rest of the base. So the train station, we don't see where the fucking trains go.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, no, I'm not touching that mod. You can do that on your own goddamn time. Anyway, is everybody ready for Dunda?
No.
Yes. I'm ready.
I see you have a new intro sound effect. I hope you understand, Trent, that Trent, whenever I come over to Maryland for us to do this fucking recording, because I've decided I'm going to do it, but I need to, one, get time to prepare because I'm going to have a 2-week period where I'm going to Utah with Audrey. So it's going to be sometime after that, so it's going to be quite a while. If that's okay.
My sister is rolling through the plans really quickly. She also told me, she's like, oh, I've thought about it so much. We're just gonna do two. I was like, that ruins the symmetry. We need the fucking third. And she's like, it's too complicated. I was like, what do you mean? Like trying to convince her.
I was the popular, what was the equivalent of the popular theater kid, as in I was popular in the theater class.
Damn. Ain't nothing like.
First of all,
the popular
David.
theater kid.
First of all, everybody fucking talked to me in theater class. I was the guy who made the jokes across the whole fucking classroom. I was the motherfucker that people copied. Don't you give me this bullshit.
Okay, but you're talking about being popular in theater. It's
That's
not
why
really
that's why I said only amongst the theater kids. Because being popular in the theater class does not mean you are popular in school. That means you are probably one of the most bullied.
Damn.
Well,
And where did you
D&D?
sit in the band periodical?
In the band, one of like the lowest. Okay, but that's the thing. I was a French horn player. Everybody just has untold hatreds towards French horn players for whatever reason. I don't know
Is
why.
it French horn players or just you though?
No, it was all French horn players. When being compared to French horn, everybody was just like, ew.
I mean, were they wrong?
Yes! God, the sound that French horn can give to any musical piece, it can give both the most heroic highs and the most mournful lows. The sound that a French horn is able to give can change the very sound of a masterpiece sound of music. Don't you fucking start, Trent. I swear to God.
You can say that about literally any instrument.
I know, but still!
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a fucking nerd for French horns, but everybody hated them! And they had no reason to! Whenever you think of, oh, this instrument is able to give the most heroic backing sound, you think of French horn!
No, I don't.
No, no one does.
I think of trumpets.
No, trumpets give the most heroic main sound! They can give the best main frontward sound to any musical piece, but the background, the supporting instrument that is able to give trumpet their highest of highs is the first. Recipe, I will fucking kill Tylik, okay? I will become the worst DM in existence for my own personal gain. Anyway.
Speaking of
Anywho.
D&D.
We're a
Anywho.
little late.
After a battle defending a bridge from the endless monstrous horde, to the helping of both Gorthadak and Corazorn, to the defending against the main bridge to the town, against the Dreadworm itself, a monstrous mix between a spider and a dragon. The helpful defending of pulling it away and subduing it and bringing its advance, slowing its advance against Gorthadak, so that way he could complete his spell to permanently get rid of it on this infinite plane, eventually succeeding, launching it far past the planets within view, somewhere to be dealt with later down the line.
Some peasants having the worst day.
Wakes up. Oh God.
The man-made horrors beyond my comprehension careening into my fucking field.
You awake in the morning. 3 of you, Tylik, Brenham, and Kent, now known as Nox, being known by the party as two separate beings or minds, Nox and Kent, Kent being known as the main or the original mind within the body. Nox, Tylik, and Brenham awaken and are unable to find their friend John. Upon going to his house, raid his home he is currently almost done building, steal his things, putting them in the bag of holding, and go back to the main thoroughfare, the biggest village / city that is known to you all, and hope to find your friend. While in the beginning searches, before any of you get the chance to split, you see a familiar face, at least one to Brenham, of a person wearing a solid white mask, smooth, almost just like a domed smooth mask, immediately staring at the group and walking towards you with intent, until coming up to the group, peering into their mind, delving deeper to figuring out their intent through Tylik, and them coming to introduce themselves as Sal. And we pick up from there, as the group still wonders where their friend is.
And who the fuck this person is?
Well, I'm slick listening, Sal. S apostrophe A-L, capitalize whichever letters your little heart desires. One small detail I forgot. Do you guys know what a bindle is? The hobo bindle, the stick with the fucking... Yeah, she has one of those.
Bindle.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, I got it.
The bit... It's like, you know, the fucking old cartoon, like, hobo thing where they have the stick and then the bandana or, like,
I'm
thing
gonna
tied at the end.
leave home and never come
yeah?
back.
I'm gonna say this as my own, like, the reason why Brenham specifically, because you are the one who had the most interaction, the reason you did not see the fact that they were essentially a skeleton with this blue magical force filling out
because
the rest
that
of
wasn't
the clothes,
discussed
creating
yet.
skin. The reason you did not see it is that until then, they mostly kept a hood up and their skin and things covered, but then once noticed and in the direction towards your group, we've pulled the hood back, and as the hood fell, it almost filled the dress out more, leaving as if there was no extra clothing there, to leave themselves more exposed, to let you know more about them.
Hmm.
Now, isn't there usually a larger one with y'all? Murderous look in his eyes, feels like he could snap me like the skeleton I am.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Get the fuck off farming sim.
No.
Get off. Stop farming!
Look, John's not here, so I will do his job before him.
Oh my god.
No, not the Tyler got me.
Oh my god.
My goodness.
Oh my god.
There goes that. She kind of like looks around. Is he hiding around here somewhere?
We've been
Why do
trying
you
to
ask?
find them. We've been trying to find him.
He needs some help with that.
I'd love
No.
to let him. No,
Have you seen him?
I'm so hostile. Would I?
What's the
I
possibility?
didn't see him.
Make
This is
go
a
ahead,
good
just
question.
make a perception check. You're gonna need a
Perception check.
make a perception check.
Perception check.
Oh shit! I forgot about the perception. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Oh.
You
I rolled an 11.
you think you may have, like, you know, you definitely know after seeing this party around, you know the tall person, but today you have a hard time. You think you saw them near where like Orthodox Bar and Corzone's Guild Hall, the main arena, somewhere in that area, but that couldn't have been but a while ago. Like you're sure you saw them, but maybe you did. Like it was weird.
Feel like I seen him over by the bar in the guild hall, but I can't be all that sure.
Okay,
Come on.
thanks.
Kent just walks in that direction.
I was like, yeah.
Just starts
basically
walking
just
in
like
that direction.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
She kind of looks at Tylik,
I'm like,
looks at the rest of the group.
Is that
Thank you.
normal?
usually yes, but I'm the one doing that, not them.
Interesting.
Can I get you a drink? Wait,
You
Wait.
watch it like her eyes aren't visible because of the mask, but like the mask like tilts down like all the way down and then all the way back. And just we'll see. And she walks off.
let me what can I get you?
She has already walked off to follow the other two.
I just start tailing after the group.
You all continue your way down. Originally at the edge of town, right before you go to basically the entrance between the main town and the Farlands. All making your way down back towards Gorthodax Bar and the Corzorn Guild Hall. Takes you all, even knowing the town and knowing how big it is, takes you about maybe an hour or two of just straight walking before you eventually get to that main stretch of road between the two locations. And even now, you all are not aware and cannot see where your friend John might be. You do not see him anywhere in the near vicinity.
Hmm.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed.
And the two that walked off, Brenneman, Knox, I guess right now. You
Well,
do notice
that's
that
Kent right now.
It is Kent. Okay, no, it is Kent right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, Kent and Brenham. You do notice that after you walked off, the masked musician or Sal has continued to follow you. Whether you desired it or not, they have stuck to your side, very intrigued about your group.
I guess I'm attempting to make small talk with Sal in the meantime.
How about that?
Oh my god.
How about that?
I feel like Tyler and small talk would go well together.
I mean, I guess we'll say.
It's like ADHD kind of small talk. It's just kind of all over the fucking place.
Oh my god.
Oh, are you
Yeah,
ready
this
for
should
the
go well.
fucking lore drop of the century?
Sure.
Well, I was trying to catch one of them northbound trains up to Detroit. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Trying to make my way up from around Tallahassee.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
right,
gonna
my
tell you.
apologies. I come from strange lands. I forget that sometimes.
Tell me a little bit about this Detroit.
Well, Detroit right now is in the depths of one of its finest economic booms. You see, so I wanted to go up there to try and make fine coin.
Wait,
Try
wait.
and
Is that the city renowned for its carriage industry?
Yes, so you have heard of it.
Yeah, I'll say
road travel.
maybe Tylik through their mixed travels have heard of it, but otherwise, Kent and Brenham, Detroit, you don't know what the fuck that is, and a train. Who the all three?
What the
of
hell
you,
is
you
a
don't- You
train?
don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck a train is. You've never
Who the
heard
fuck
a
is
train.
train?
Who's this weird person and what are they? Why are they speaking in like?
You have no idea
Like
what a
tongues?
train
They're
is.
speaking in tongues. What the hell?
My apologies. Do I need to clarify what I'm saying? I forget not every place is as caught up as where I'm from. I've seen places further than where I'm from. It's wild. Just ask and I'll elaborate to the best of my abilities on whatever word y'all are hung up on.
What's a trade?
Well, how do I put this? Y'all know carriages?
Yes.
It's like a giant metal version of that runs off hellfire and sweat. Can carry a lot of people and at a luxurious pace too. You get to see a lot of places here traveling along, winding up and down around mountains, cross streams.
Definitely a sight to behold.
Oh, absolutely. And at this point in time, she like pulls her bindle up, reaches into it, and then like her like up to the elbow, just in, and then pulls out a full-sized like standing base.
Okay.
Wait, so is this bindle like a bag of holding or something?
Apparently.
I
Exactly it is.
mean, of
And
that.
And then it's got like gold trim. It's like some of the most ostentatious shit you've ever seen. It's like gold trim, like this weird, what's the fucking word for it? Pearlescent, like wood finish. So it's like shifting colors constantly. Then she twirls it, and in that twirl, it into a banjo. And then
Is that magic or an actual function of the?
well,
okay.
I sure hope it's magic.
I mean, I've seen some people do some surprising things without magic.
This whole time, Brenham's like, still trying to find John, only like slightly listening to what this conversation has been.
Go
But
ahead.
then
Make,
notices
Yeah.
that.
I'll say go ahead.
I would also be looking around as well.
Yeah, both of you go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm too distracted.
I was like, yeah, but like as soon as like the freaking magical banjo, I'm like, okay, if this person dies, I call that banjo. I'm kind of making a mental note of that.
Wasn't ready for that one.
Hey,
I want that banjo.
I want a magic banjo. What can I say?
I mean yeah, that's fair.
But you tell me you want a magic banjo, but not a fiddle of gold.
Well, I did hear about the fella who got a fiddle of gold bet against his soul because the devil thought he was better than him. Whew. You should have seen the
Isn't
way
that-
he played.
Isn't that a fairy tale from the lands of Georgia?
Georgia.
What?
I'm from Georgia. Fantastic.
Georgia.
Georgia.
I'll say so. Both Brenham and Kent, you cannot see any signs of John. Like you see a few people who are taller, but none of them are like none of them are the same either wideness, or people who are as wide are not as tall. You cannot like you cannot see John anywhere. You have no idea where he is.
Man.
Why are we looking for John again? Like,
Because
this
he
is
went
me-
missing!
This is like me.
30
This
seconds
is
with
me
the-
in character.
30 seconds with the sexy skeleton and his memory is wiped. Holy shit.
You were the one getting offended about me saying we could find someone else earlier.
No, I know, but just why were we looking for him again? Staring at the sexy skeleton. What? Holy shit. Ugh.
Like, Kay hears Tylek say this, and he's just like, he looks at him looking at the skeleton woman's just like, no, this is not a thing we're doing.
What
Who,
thing?
me? I'm making it down.
What'd you say again?
What did I say? Or
No, what did Jin say? I didn't hear it.
Oh, I'd never dream of it. With that smug ass, the smug ass grin of the mask.
Yeah, because the grin has a smile across it.
hmm.
Now, where did that fucking
Yeah, the mask.
Shit,
The mask is just
flamingo.
shitty grin
Well-
smiling at you. So what is it your party is going to do?
I guess we're gonna look for John.
Yes.
I
Alright.
guess.
What is
Could-
your plan? Where are you gonna look? Who are you gonna ask? What is your idea?
We could try like
Well.
going to like maybe I don't know if we could put up like missing posters or
There's
something.
like two places
like-
I think he could be.
Possibly asking someone that might have seen him.
Or two
There's only two
places I
places we
think
know
he
of around
could
here.
be. He could either be at the guild hall, throwing up drinks with Corazon, or he could be at Mortax's Forge.
Hmm.
That's the two places I think he could be.
Well, he was seen headed towards. I think the area that we're in is near the fountain with Corazon and Gorthodax places.
Hmm. Well, I think it would probably be good for us to talk to Corazon or Gorthodak about it. Just to see
Either
if
one of them.
either
has
of them
seen
have
them.
seen him. I mean, there's a lot of Gorthodak around, so maybe he's seen him.
Yeah, I will say in the hour to two that you've been walking, like you've seen the Knight's Guard, like the essentially authority figures that are meant to be policing, keeping the peace. But you, like for every 3 guards you've seen one Gorthodak clone walking around. Like you've seen hundreds working the bar and serving tables, but then even still, you've seen thousands among the city just walking, looking.
Yeah, then I would probably head to wherever Gorthodak probably is.
So you all head
Like,
into
probably-
Gorthodak's bar.
Yeah, the bar.
All right, so I'll say, so
Just start walking towards the bar.
Kent walks up, and whoever follows, walk up to the bar, and you see one of the Gorthodak clones next to one of the. He goes, "Hello there, and how can I be of assistance to you today? Would you like a table? What is it that you would like today?"
We'd like to speak to the big boss himself.
I want to talk to your manager.
I want to talk to your manager.
Looks
I
at
want
looks at Tyler, and goes, "Ah, you're back. So you'd like to have a personal meeting, and then would you? Oh, please, right this way." And leans forward, and the white fog of the door glows slightly more brighter as he like bows slightly and brings a hand out, pointing towards the door.
Oh, neat. We have like a hotline to the Gorthodak, I guess.
Well, you through your continuous support and trying to help them has made the process easier.
Nice.
Neat.
Right before you're about to walk through, the clone says, "Please be careful. The view you've seen before may be different." And eventually, as you all walk through the glowing white door, you appear in an unfamiliar space. What was once a simpler wooden box of an office is now a massive, looking up infinitely tall workshop / tower. There is books aligning 1/4 of the wall, continuously going up, stairs spiraling up, hundreds of other copies of Gorthodax flying around, using their hands to bring magical pieces of equipment together, enchanting pieces of magic. You see at least 30 in this like 100 feet wide circle that is the ground floor. working on materials, talking with each other, researching, experimenting, and maybe about 2,000 feet up through the straight line, you see a solid floor and nothing past that. But as far as you can tell, you assume it just keeps going up.
Damn.
Is it always like that?
Nope, this is new. Gorthrak!
You yell out, all of them look at you, nod, and then go back to what they're doing. And about 10 seconds later,
Gorthadaddy! I should get
Well, I
these into
wasn't
the
gonna
real
say
one.
it, but
I'm really tempted to roll some dice right now. Anyway, no.
power
Yell-
kill.
You wait, and about 10 seconds after all of them look away and continuing what they're doing, and the Gorthadak, the same horns growing back, the white and black robes, with the white tailored suit, clung tightly, standing before you, appearing right in front, says, "Well, what do I owe the pleasure? I'm in the middle of some research I haven't had the chance to do since the Dreadworm incident."
That's what we're calling it. Okay. Anyway,
We're looking for our brute.
For your brute. Looks like
Brute.
I see.
John.
The one with very high murderous intent isn't with you.
like that's all of us, but okay.
Is it that obvious?
Oh, and trust me, without him there, the amount of looks at you, Sal, and goes, "You're here too."
Hi, darling. How are you doing?
Like gives the same, just like, doing great. Anyway,
That's good to hear.
you're trying to find your friend. Is there? Were you hoping I saw them? Is that what's happening here?
Or at least
Yes.
one of you, possibly.
Right. Give me a second.
You have the most eyes around this place.
Orthodox, right before he leans back into his own head, he goes, "That is true." You see him lean back. You watch as every single Gorthadak within eye shot immediately has its head lean back alongside him, and then his head like twitches and shakes, and you see 3, 4, 5 copies of his head shaking around until he leans back forward. All the other Gorthadaks lean back forward, continuing what they're doing, and he goes, "Right. One of them did see him, but just barely. He seemed to have headed somewhere into the forest, and from what I saw, following some sort of other planar being."
What does that mean?
Now what did he
Hey.
get so then?
Meaning some creature that exists entirely on another plane. Its physical form only able to take shape in the viewpoint of somebody. Essentially, on another plane of existence is where it typically resides. This could be a god showing purpose, or a soul trapped in torment. Could be a person showing guidance. Personally, my expertise is not in other planar travel or other planar creatures. I can tell when there's one there, but it seemed to be doing its best to stay hidden. And from what I could tell, your friend seemed to be following it with deep intent.
Would that be the
What
murderous
kind?
intent y'all mentioned?
Yeah.
Not sure which of those.
Don't know about murder or intrigue.
Murderous, I would not say. Personally, it felt more. What's the best way I could put this? Familial bond? It seemed like he seemed somebody important. Whether it was family or not, I do not really know.
Well. It's good to know at least. Good to know where he went.
Good to know that. Do you remember how long ago this was?
Well, from what I could assume based on that one's memories, couldn't have been more than an hour ago. Or 3? Whenever it comes to other planar beings, my knowledge on other planes is limited. I keep my focus and intent on the current plane of existence I am on. If something else comes here, then it is my problem. It seemed to be almost... When it comes to another plane, time passage is different. What could be an hour here could be 3 days somewhere else. That's why I never cared much for another plane's persistence, and nor did I decide to acknowledge it.
Yeah, planar timing can be a bit of a hassle. Whew. One time I spent 10 minutes in the Feywild, came back 10 years later.
Yes, the Feywild, or the Fey-like plane, is the most rambunctious, you could say, when it comes to time-altering capabilities.
Well, did your buddy
I'm
catch
completely lost now.
Did your buddy catch where he was headed, though?
Somewhere deeper into the Endless Forest, I imagine, but if another planar being was bringing him somewhere, then I imagine it was in some way a path into this other plane. I imagine that your friend is no longer on this plane of existence and brought to wherever this planar being resides.
Great! Just great.
How in the world are we supposed to track him down now?
Oh, I have a friend for that.
Oh?
If you really, truly need extra planar advice, I know a friend in the nearest town in the Farlands. What was his name? William, I believe? Will something. He noticed something that he would constantly ramble about with the planes. I never cared for it. He was a part of my adventuring group whenever me and Corazon used to set our sights down in the Infinite Forest. Then in an adventure not too long ago, he noticed something or figured something of great knowledge out, and never went across from this plane again. He now sets his time living in the town known as Trueville. It is the closest town to this one.
So we head on out to, what was it, Trueville, you said?
Trueville, yes. And if you're... From what I can remember, the beings seem to be mostly, from what I could tell, that of a gray... Hold on, give me one second.
And Gorthadak walks over to a desk. A piece of paper appears, pulls out a quill, writes something down, a descriptor, folds it, hands it to one of you, whoever will take it.
If you hand this to William, he will be able to tell you which plane that it came from. And he'll be able to bring you to that one.
Bruno, so you can write down, you just have like descriptor paper, whatever you wish to notate this in your notes. All right, so you have this. Any other questions or whatever for Gorthadak?
That's everything. Thank you for your time. Kent's leaving. Bringing Brenham along with him.
Well, I guess that's our cue.
Just grab
Toodaloo
him.
doll. Follow. Don't get left in the dust, Tyler.
You all make your way out. Gorthadak, then right before you leave, disappears back to whatever studies he was doing. And you can definitely notice from the times you spent with Gorthadak before the whole problem with the Dreadworm, from what you could assume, Gorthadak seems to have a bit of a pep in his step. Having a problem he's dealt with no longer there, being able to focus more on his own personal desires. But eventually leaving, going out to the going out into the world, you appear in between the guild house and the bar, ready to do and go wherever it is you decide to go.
Well, they said to go to, what was it again, Brenham? Where are we supposed to go?
Trueville, I believe. Well, I remembered that correctly.
Do we have a map to see where the heck Trueville is?
You do not. You've not been ever given any maps, but you were told that it was the nearest one, the closest town in the Farlands to this main city.
I'm guessing that means it's still like 2 days away. By how big this place is.
From what you can assume, like, it's definitely, it's gonna be a bit of a walk. Like, like, to John's house, it's maybe a couple hours, and and you don't know how far it is from John's house to the nearest town, except maybe Tylik. Tylik maybe knows because of their explorations. But also, I don't know if anybody else is seeing this, but Trent's camera is being in like slow motion.
I don't see anything.
Am I lagging?
No.
No, you're not lagging. To me, you're just like in constant slow motion.
No? Nope, that's just a you thing.
Interesting.
That's really weird.
How about that?
God perceives the
How
world in
about
strange
that?
ways.
Here, give me one second.
God's got. Oh fuck!
God
I
damn.
was halfway through booting up Elantra.
All right, your camera's fine now for me. All right.
Yippee!
Yeah.
You do look out, and you see through the hours of traveling to and from John's house, you notice that it is currently the sun falls from the sky and the moon comes back. Stars now filling the night sky. You can choose to wander into the Everlands to find Trueville, or you can sleep for the night.
What time is it?
From what you're assuming and from what you remember of time passage, you can most likely assume it is between 11 p.m. to midnight. It's around that time that it truly changes. There's the 24 hours within the day. There's about 13 hours of daylight and then 11 hours of night.
Okay.
Big lore drop.
Well, if we already
probably-
kind of have like a general idea as to like what direction we need to go to get to Trueville, then
Yep.
I think Trent would just start walking in that direction. I mean, Kent would start walking in that direction. Shush, 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 shush. But yeah, Kent would probably just start walking that direction.
I'll look at Brenham. I'll look at Tylik. I'll look at Kent. I'll look back at Brenham.
I'm like,
It's like,
man, I'm tired. I've been busy all day.
he's just wandering
I was
off.
like, hey, hey
Just-
Kent, Kent,
Just-
maybe
Mhm.
we can go out in the morning. Start fresh start kind of thing.
Those are nice.
He just kind of looks at you and just is like, turns around, keeps walking.
Well,
All right. So
Alright, well,
I guess I'll follow. I wanna be left
Why are you
alone.
following again?
we should go to
Honestly,
the
honestly to
office.
just see how this ends. I'm interested. I'm invested.
No, you've left Gorthodak's office. You're in the main thoroughfare of the city. That's how you
Yeah.
saw the day change tonight.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you know
Fine,
it's
do what
about
you want.
midnight. You've just done a lot of walking today, so whether your character is tired or not is up entirely to you, I would say.
Yeah, is it,
Um,
this here is a dilemma between what my character would do versus what I want to do. Anyways, I am probably just gonna walk into go to the next building, and I'm guessing I would just appear in my room.
You can say that to the Gorthodak up front, and they would direct you into. They would activate the door to bring you into your room. Yes.
I am gonna go to sleep. My character
so-
would.
Tylik is going to go to his room and go to sleep. What is the rest of you going to do?
Like stop halfway between Kent and Brenham. And then-
I will call out to Kent one more time and just go, okay, if you're gonna keep on walking, then that means I'm guessing your room is free. Okay, bye.
Wait,
Well,
what?
like, before I'm into the room.
Wait,
I'm
what?
like,
Do you say?
Can I say there's an extra bed in my room? Or is it just
Uh,
one bed?
There is just the one bed for
Damn.
you because you're the only person who's made the effort to try and get close and help out Gorthodak.
Yeah.
So as little or as much as he trusts you, he's given you at least your own personal space through the help that you've given him.
Is there a couch in my room?
No, they are identical to the
Okay.
rooms in the magical inn service, where there's the bed, a wooden table, and 2 wooden chairs, and then that's it.
Well, like, before I go into my room, I'm like, hey, Brenham, if you're tired, I still got room on my bed. Brenham?
Turns around, walks to Kent and Saul.
I'm gonna go over to Miriam. Thank you very much.
No, you're not.
You're gone.
You're the one who's walking away.
Damn it. Well, I mean, how far would have I walked?
I mean,
I yelled out to you that
Yeah,
your
you
room
would've
is
heard-
free.
I'm
You
running
would've
back
heard-
after hearing that.
Okay.
After hearing that.
Alright.
He's like, no, there is no room available for you, especially not you.
Third level,
What?
it's like what? Okay.
As I see Brenham obviously not caring, I'm like, you're lost. Thud of the door slamming.
You're about to like pull a door closed. There's not one there, and the Gorthodak goes, "Oh, right." It apparates a door so you can slam it shut, and then the door dissipates.
Like before, I'm like,
Love that, man.
thank you. Boom.
Yeah, you see the door slam shut, and then the door dissipates, and then the Gorthodak looks at the Gorthodak clone looks at you, Brenham, and is just like, and then goes back to standing there.
You're lost, I guess.
I don't know either. Anyway, then, okay.
Yeah, so Kent, I assume Kent goes to
Runs back. He's just like, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, you're not You're not
Kent
doing
goes
that.
To Miriam taking up their original residence. Brenham,
as
what is
fast
it
as
you're
I
doing?
can, yeah.
Ooh, that worked. All right. Good
That,
night.
it did work.
I'm gonna head over to Corazorn's then.
Alright.
Oh,
Get baited! Oh my god!
Alright, you go to the room within Corazorn's Guild Hall, still available. Saul, I assume you just go take room in the magical inn service.
No, I'll just busk the streets for 12 hours.
oh my god.
Do
Do you not need to sleep in that case?
I'm a skeleton.
Good point. I heard it as soon as
I don't have
said it.
to sleep. I can partake in revelry such as playing music or telling stories for, I believe it's 4 hours to get the same effect as a long rest.
Alright, go ahead. Just make a performance check. See,
Right?
with your well-known stature, like what people might tip for your music and revelry.
You just go outside people's windows and just start playing to see who's
So
gonna throw
I'm
money at
having
you.
an off day that is a 17. I rolled
17.
poorly.
17 is an off day.
Yeah.
You
I'm good at my job.
Standing outside of somebody's room with
are you
giant
thinking about
box band
the time where you got
Chaos whispers.
like you thinking back to the time where you actually got played up by Brenham and thinking about like helping their group find their lost friend, like that kind of catches you up.
You only get, I will say, like 10, 15 gold.
Oh, hell yes.
Nice.
Which is for you, like
That's nothing, to be
that-
honest.
like
Like,
you
Can get way more working at Gorthodex Bar. Just showing up at other bars gets you tenfold. You're just having an off day when it comes to playing.
we busking, though.
How much money did we lose now that we don't have John?
That is a
John's
good
worth
question.
like 1,000,000 platinum or something. So
I'm worth like 2 copper, to be honest.
Question of like how much money
Well,
does
I
he
can
have
get
in
a
his pockets
skeleton
though as
anyway.
well?
Oh no, wait, we have all of his we
True,
we have his backpack.
But then again, I do remember going broke. Close to it. I have
Oh.
27 gold.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
right.
damn.
Never
John
mind
does
then.
not. Yeah, John did not have a lot of gold left. It was
Oh.
Hylic
Don't
has
worry,
like
we'll be okay.
90% of our wealth.
Hey, don't rat me out.
How much do you have?
which I will say,
Got a few.
Ooh,
yeah, Tyler, how much gold do you have?
enough.
How
No.
much? I'm curious. I want to know.
No, Tyler, tell
Where
me.
are the receipts,
No,
Tyler?
yeah, tell
This is
Tyler,
the IRS.
I want you to tell me how much gold is it that you have?
Platinum is 10 gold, right?
Yeah, 1 platinum is 10 gold.
Oh,
We have a little over 2,000.
2,000 gold.
Yeah, 2,000 gold. Platinum.
You
I need to like change my gold to
You-
platinum then.
you go to sleep, and checking over all your stuff. Your money's gone.
What?
What?
Wait, what happened?
What?
Broke boy.
You don't have. any
Wait,
money.
wait. So do me and Kent still have our money?
You two still have your money, yes, but Tyler, your money's gone.
How was it taken? How was it removed my bag? Oh, damn.
Oh my god.
You can try and make either history or perception check to see if you can think about when it could have gone.
History or perception?
History or perception. Perception. I'll say
Oh,
perception
good,
will
money
be a
bags.
higher DC because you're trying to focus on a point, but history will be a bit of a lower DC because you're trying to think back about the time that it could have been.
Well, fuck if I know.
Your best assumption, it could have been any time while you were walking through the city. Like, you were around hundreds, thousands of people walking back. Your money's gone. You have no idea who would have taken it.
Damn.
And how much? You? That was 2k gold.
2,000 gold worth.
Well,
What is the exact?
Lied.
Yeah, what is the what is the exact amount?
2,050.
2,050.
2050.
How about?
Well,
All right. So, after this revelation and a bit of a restless night, you wake up to a nice sounding day, bright sun, eventually meeting back up near the end around the arena, everybody back together.
Saul like hasn't moved from where you last saw her.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she has a hat in front of her with 10 gold pieces in it. She's just playing the banjo. There's a little like ephemeral like train going along a mountainside in front of her.
And as you all join together, you see the visage in front of Sal dissipate as she sees you, picking the hat up, putting the gold away, and walking back to the group as you all join together. What is it you all do, or say, or go? Where is it you go? What is it you do?
Well, the direction that Kent had started walking towards previously, he goes that direction.
This time I will follow.
Yay.
Follow as well. I assume we all do.
Alright, you all make your way an hour or two, eventually reaching the end of the main city, then into the long, continuous walk of just fields of crops and hay and other things, the random placed field of beast, maybe 7, 8, 12 hours of walking continuously later. If there was any conversations people would like to have, or any things anybody would like to do or look for, whatever it is anybody would like to do or say on this very long walking journey.
Dead silence. Everyone's just like staring ahead.
I mean, yeah, Kent's walking with a purpose. He just wants to get this. He wants to just get there as quickly as possible to get it over with.
I'll like sidle up to Brenham and go, "Hey, doll, I got a quick question for you."
Oh yeah, you're still here.
I'm hurt.
Damn.
She like hand against like leans back dramatically.
What's wrong?
What is your question?
Well, I don't know if I'm asking him.
Hey, you're the
Damn,
one who came
Brennan.
over to me.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't expect to be met with such hostility, and if you don't want me or my company, I know there's one other person in this group that does.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay?
Look, okay, I know as a friendly bit of advice, just this will be the only friendly advice I can give you right now, okay? But keep an eye on him. Kind of a douche sometimes.
I saw that from a mile away, darling. And she
Look, okay,
leans. She leans and goes, "Do you know exactly what you are?" I'll take that as a no. And she pats him on the back and speeds up a little bit to Kent.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't know how much I like this. Okay.
Well, we got traveling to do. I'll pluck
Mm.
out tunes on my banjo.
And I will try and beat you with my loot.
All right, performance
Oh
check.
my god.
Let's do it.
Both of you
go
make
for it.
Just kind of like
checks.
casually, just like plucking and like just trying to like subtly beat the other.
Both of you make performance checks.
Hold on. I don't like to look at that, but got. Okay. You know what? I didn't sleep well last night, okay?
I didn't sleep at all.
God damn it. Like,
I got a 28.
Yeah, so you
what
try
is
to
your
start-
performance thing?
You
I have
immediately start-
expertise.
you-
What is it?
So, Brenham, you immediately
I do
start trying
too!
to play to try and like
I have plus
outdo
11.
what they do, and then suddenly, as you're trying to like play the best that you can, suddenly Sal just leaves you in the dust, taking the melodies you made and turning them into 3-part harmonies, 5-part harmonies, just
fudge?
creating an aura of sound around all of you. Like we're onlookers, people working their fields are just constantly just looking on in awe and mystified to the sound going on.
Oh. I really don't like this person.
Oh, you'll beat me next time, Dawn, I'm sure of it. You've done it before and you can do it again.
Okay. I'm just gonna
And I'm sure, like,
keep on
during
walking.
this, the majority of it, like, Kent's, like, walking briskly, and if at any point, like, you guys, like, slow down at all, he is, like, just continues to walk. He's not, like, waiting on you at all. Like,
God damn.
he just is
Man
quickly
on a
going.
mission.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you all continuously walking the day, like the shadows continuously staying the same as the sun just stays high in the sky, no movement from it, no direct knowledge except for your time spent knowing, having your internal clock get used to time change. The sun stays high in the sky until eventually you make your way with a village in sight eventually to the town you believe to be Trueville. And from what many of you have seen in your lives, is whenever you think of town, this is what you would think of. It's smaller, medium size. There's a few bigger buildings towards the center, but the outskirts consist of farming and homesteads, a lot of greenery. There around the town there is a lot of trees and bushes and grass planted, and it's not just farmland. There's a few houses with gates and fences around, allowing there to be cows and bulls and chickens, sheeps, other types of livestock around. You see, as you walk through the town, you notice forges and wood carvers, other types of trades, and mini shops where people can sell random goods or sell what they make to try and make a living. From what you all could tell, this is just a normal town that all of you are used to when you think of a town. And it's a nice breath of fresh air for all of you compared to the main thoroughfare city that is what is known as the main city.
That's its actual name, is the main city.
Yes, because it is called Main City because that is where mainly.
Okay, it's called Main
everything-
City, not the main city.
Main people will say the main city or main city because it is where everything happens. That is where the most powerful people are. That is where basically everything is done. So the main city or main city.
Okay.
Interesting. So is it just like houses and like farmland, or are there like any
There's a
like
few
a
houses,
town center or something?
There's a few houses. As you go walk around the middle, you see like a few buildings that are a bit bigger, some more storehouse looking, some town center, some just bigger houses. Where is it specifically you're trying to look for or try to go to?
Did they give us any other information on that paper?
Brennan the one with the paper if you would like to look. As far as you're aware, the paper that Brennan was given just has a descriptor of the extraplanar being that Gorthadak saw.
Hmm. We should have
Okay, so
asked
we have,
for
like,
an
no-
address.
Okay,
know
so we
the-
don't have any information on guy other than like the name.
Yes, you only know that his name is William. Otherwise, you do not know what he looks like. You didn't ask. Gorthadak just was in his own thing. Just said the name was William.
Oh, we should have asked. Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, is there any people like out and about?
There's a few. Definitely, compared to the main city, it is sparse. Like you see 2, 3, at maximum 4 people walking around. Some people with a cart pulling with a horse behind, some people just carrying, some people walking around. There's not a lot of people walking around normally. At
Okay.
least right now.
Well, if there's anyone nearby us, like, Kent, like, stops them and, like, asks, like, hey, do you know, we're looking for a man named William. Do you have any idea where they are?
You stop this like older man walking by. He goes, "William, I'm going to be honest. There's like 7 of those in this town. You gotta have a little bit more about that for me to tell you which William there could possibly be."
They specialize in, creatures on another plane of existence?
Oh, crazy William. Right.
Oh.
Oh, great.
Damn, Gorthadak kind of left that
Right.
part out of it.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to talk to him of all people? I mean,
That's who we were sent to find, yes.
all right. Well, if you really need him, his best waiting spot is over there, and he points slightly down the road. Once you find Dragon's Inn, it has a bar on the lower floor. He typically stands around there. It's a black-haired dwarf man. Once you find him, do whatever business. He's difficult to approach and even harder to gain trust from. I wish you luck. I'm talking to William of all people. And the man saunters off, like, trudging along.
Gorthadak really said go find Frankie, and then first local guy said, "Oh yeah, it's chest stabbing Frankie. Yeah, I know him."
Yeah, I know him. Nice guy once you get to know him, but you know the name's a little off-putting.
After the chest stabbing part, you know.
Alright.
Yeah. Once afterwards, he like, you know, he'll give you like a little bit
He
of money
mellows
to get,
out.
like repaired. You know, cast a little mending spell on you, basically.
Little mending. Little bit of mending.
So do you all make your way down the road, finding the Dragon's Inn?
Yes.
Or do you guys look around at all looking for anything else? Or asking
I mean,
other
if there is anyone else.
I mean, yeah, if you want to go ask other people, like you get this older woman, there's this child walking around with their parent, and all of them, when describing William good at extraplanar activity and knowledge, they all seem to say the same thing. Crazy William at Dragon's Inn.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Lovely. Got a
Everybody-
reputation.
Go ahead. I'll say make a persuasion check.
Hmm.
And
Persuasion.
who's gonna be making the persuasion check?
I'll say Kent was the one going out to the people, so Kent would be the one making the persuasion check.
Okay.
I am going to beam you in the face with Bardic Inspiration.
All right, so you
And-
get a D6 or
A
D8?
D8.
You get a
and-
D8 for Bardic Inspiration if you went to.
As she whistles a quick little tune, a part of the wispy bit for her comes off, and it's this little like an 11-year-old paperboy from the fucking like 1920s, like the cap, the suspenders, everything, and he walks up to Ken and goes, "I believe in you, sir. You can do it." and you have advantage on persuasion checks.
It's like, who's this small child? Who's this small child?
So they have
No, what did I tell you about just sliding out? And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, miss, I'm sorry, but he just looks so ready, you know?" She goes,
So they get advantage and the D8.
"Yes."
All right, so you have advantage on a persuasion, and you get an extra D8 to add to that. So you can roll advantage on persuasion and add a D8.
Okay. Okadoke. And the persuasion with advantage. 18 plus
and what's-
7.
7. 18 plus 7. All right, 25.
Nice.
As you're talking, there's this woman with her child, and the child says, "Oh, yeah, I heard lots of things about him from the town. He always talks about like, oh, not the main plane, and like he saw something." And the mother's like, "Hush now, Jeremy. We can't. I'm so sorry for my child. He's rambunctious and likes to spill gossip. But yes, he would constantly go on about how we're not the main plane or something like that. How we're just an additive. We're not the true plane of existence. Everybody ignores him and pays him no mind. Please, I beg of you, just whatever he's rambling, don't believe him. I'm sure he's got no true sense of where he's coming from. I really gotta get going. I'm so sorry." And the little kid goes, "He's really crazy and weird." He goes, "Jeremiah." And they continue off further into the city, or further into the small town.
Just the ocean appears.
They just walk into the deep sea and disappear forever. Rocks fall, they die anyway.
Well,
Oh.
I think that was rather fruitful, don't you think? Now, Noah,
Mm-hmm.
go home. And the little fucking little spirit dude just kind of like runs into her and just like into mist again.
Remind me where you came from again.
Oh, I'm from the town really doesn't have a name yet. It was a minor town way out west. But I do believe it was the United States of America is where I was born.
That's the weirdest name for a town I've ever heard.
Oh no, it's not a
So
town, it's an
long-winded.
entire country. My town's just a small microcosm in it.
Ken walks
Caught
off.
'em in the-
Walks off
Oh,
towards wherever the
oh,
inn is
Yeah.
Alright, go team.
Just gives you like a weird
Follow.
look and just walks away.
You all make your way down the town, walking by like 1-2 other people just on their way, one person carrying what is essentially essentially a human-drawn cart carrying just like small amount of trading supplies or things. Eventually coming your way down to the Dragon's Inn. Has a small sign out front, in the shape of almost like a shield, with just a small dragon's head, and underneath says Dragon's Inn. And it seems to be a 3-story building. You assume the higher stories are possibly just rooms for rent, while the bottom floor, as explained, is a bar for attraction. You will eventually make your way inside to the bar. Walking in, at this time of day, it's getting a little later, especially after the amount of walking you've done. There's a few people in here. After like a minute or two, eventually the bartender looks up at you, Sal, and goes, "Sal, what brings you this far down?"
Oh, these 3 fine folk, they're looking for oh Lord, what was his name? Was it Will? The crazy man, I believe.
Oh,
Is what
and you all look, and there is a like a 6.5 foot tall lizard folk
scar across the eye, and like from what like when the eye is open, it is mostly it is entirely cloudy. They goes, "Oh, you're looking for Will. I can't imagine what trouble he's gotten himself into now. He'd be right over there in the corner, right where he always sits."
Doc Show, is that you?
Yeah, Jock Show after about 3,000 cigarettes.
Well, turns to the corner where the Psycho Insanium Will sits.
You turn and you all look to the corner after hearing this, and you see a small dwarven man. Can't be taller than 3-4 feet in height. Long flowing black hair, and in the front, from what hangs down in front of his chest, it goes into braids, while his beard hangs down, and the bottom half of his beard kind of comes down into a braid itself. So all of the braids match exactly at the same height, with a gem encrusting the bottom of each braid. And he's sitting there, and from what you can tell, a very just disheveled look with a drink in his hand, just staring down at the table.
Okay. Kenn's walking over.
Yeah. Nothing else to do.
Can we get
but
any kind of like a read on him as to like
Make an insight check. Whoever would like to make one, make an insight check.
Oh, I'd do nothing, and that's a 3 on the tinies. I'm gonna perform. I'm gonna.
these are
play
pretty good right
instruments,
now.
Not reading
Damn.
people.
Insight. You tell he is mentally scarred. Whatever he knew, whatever he saw, he is still grappling with to this day. He is, like, from the look, from how he's just staring off, you can tell he has this tankard in front of him, and it's still full from when he got it, and he hasn't taken a single sip, and he's still grappling with whatever he saw however many years ago. He's not doing good mentally.
Okay. Well, Kent walks over to the table and is like, "Hey, how you doing?"
He sits there for like another 3-4 seconds, and then like shakes his head, goes, "Oh, sorry." Takes a quick swing, goes, "Can I help you? Do I know you?"
You're William, right?
Yes,
The crazy William that apparently
yes.
the whole town knows you as.
Crazy William, that would be me at your service. What do I have the pleasure of helping you find gentlemen with?
Lady.
Looks at you, goes, and gentlemen, lady.
Thank you.
Gorthadak sent us to come meet with you.
You say Gorthadak, and his eyes immediately like widen, like his eyes widen, his eyes also like fill with fear, and he's like, "Gorthadak," and he looks away, and goes, "I don't see what use he would have for me. I'm just a deadbeat who's no longer good at his own skill. I'm sure nothing I could do could be of help if a group as fine as yourselves."
And what was your skill?
Goes waits a moment, because useless now. Wouldn't be good to even talk about it.
I didn't ask if it was useless. I asked
Ma-
what your skill was.
Make a persuasion check.
I feel like I should bomb a bardic inspiration and do the whole rigmarole. Oh,
13.
rolled.
I rolled a 2. Yikes.
Yikes, bro.
2. You rolled a 2, but you got a 13. So he looks at you, looks away immediately. And after like 10-20 seconds, he's just,
I used to go to their planes and study them, and that's about it.
And just exactly how is that useless?
He laughs and just goes,
Because in the 50 years I spent learning, it only took 2 months to realize how useless and trivial it all became. So, my trade is useless, especially to a group like you.
Well, then I think it would be good for you to know that it might not be in this scenario. See, we do need a little bit of help, and Gorthadak said that you would be that help.
he chuckles, just
And how could a deadbeat like me looks at you be any of help? You all seem tough enough.
I will pull out the piece of paper, and just kind of slide it across the table like, we need help identifying whatever the heck this is.
he looks at his tankard, takes another big swig, sets it off to the side, reluctantly pulls the paper over to himself, unfolds it, opens it up, looks at it, and after about a minute of him reading, you all watch like the look on his eyes, like a reluctancy turning into intrigue, turning into questioning.
He goes, That's not possible. Nobody lives there, no being is there.
I'm sorry?
Well, apparently there is.
Looks, he goes,
Sorry.
folds a piece of paper back up, hands it to you. Brenham goes,
If that descriptor is true, and if that comes from Gorthadak, I assume his attention to detail is immaculate. I don't know how that's possible. To be able to see a being from that plane. No being lives there. It is literally the embodiment of nothing. It is the very stagnation of existence. That makes no sense.
Well, supposedly, our friend went there, and we're trying to get him back.
looks at you, immediately looks at you.
How did he get there? How?
That is what we were trying to figure out. And why
Gorthadak
we have
had,
come to you.
yeah.
He leans back in his chair and goes,
Look, I'm sorry, but whatever it is you want me to do, the skills that I have that you want me to use, I'm not using them again. Not after what I know and what I've learned. It's just not in it for me anymore.
and he brings his cup back in front of him and just takes another big swig and slams it off at the table. It just goes,
I doubt somebody like me would be able to help you find your answers.
But by what we've been told, you are exactly the person to help us find, or help them find their answers. I'm just along for the ride.
Look, if what that note said was true, your friend managed to find his way onto the null plane. A plane where existence stagnates. Time itself is both frozen and continuously flowing forever. A place where life cannot exist without an outside force. If he followed something there, then something was trying to bring him there.
Doesn't that just make you a little bit curious on what that thing might be?
You see as he clenches his fist and he goes, No! No! Curiosity. He you see him, his arms, hands shaking. He's like, I'm not curious anymore. Curiosity killed this cat. And no satisfaction can bring it back.
Bitch, I'm the other half of the line. Fucker. I was ready with it. I was ready.
What I saw is too much for me to handle. I'm fine with staying where I am. I can get you where you want to go, but I ain't following.
So you in?
No.
At least for the beginning.
For the beginning part, not for the second part.
He takes a deep sigh. Deep sigh is just. Finishes off the rest of his mug. Slams it onto the table. Places a silver piece onto the table, stands up, and goes, if you really want to find your way there, if this person is really that important, follow me. And starts to walk his way out of the bar.
Kent follows.
Yeah?
Yep.
You all follow him out of the bar. A couple minutes, like 5 minutes or so, of walking to the other edge of the town to a house that's a little run down. The house is a little dry rotted. He walks in, pulls it, and says, "Welcome to my humble abode." Walks in. It's a very simplistic house. It's as the equivalent of one giant room. There is no walls. There is no doors. It is essentially one giant room with a roof. The closest there is one sectioned off area that you can see is open where there is a toilet. There is a bathroom. That is it. But that is in the back corner away. Everything else is one giant room. Kitchen, living room. You see his bed. You see a table. You see the kitchen. And it is kind of thrown around. A few picture frames smashed on the ground, and a glass brushed into a corner to not be stepped on. It's the house of a man who lost something within himself. You walk in, he goes, "You're sure you want to go through with this?"
Yeah. I mean, we've gotten this far. Why
You
came out here?
didn't come all this way for nothing.
Right. Of course, you adventuring types really don't like to back down, do you? Walks over to the far back of his house, pulls back a rug to to reveal a trapdoor, opens it
Secret
and
tunnel.
Secret
and
tunnel.
climbs down this ladder. You all follow suit, climbing down, reaching this underground basement, maybe only like a third of the size of the total space of this house. Maybe about 10 feet wide, 10 feet long. You all stand there, and on the floor you see a carved into the stone of the ground, a currently dull magic circle, no magic flowing within it. And he goes, "Do you have any way home going from Other Plane?"
No.
Not as far
Um.
as I'm aware.
Well, my home is wherever I am, so I guess so.
He kind of
I don't
chuckles.
think that counts.
He chuckles and goes, "You don't want that place to be your home."
I can put up decorations, make a ball of it.
He rummages. He opens up a chest down there, rummages through, and brings out it's a small crystal ball, and inside you see another magical circle. He goes, "When you're ready to come home, throw this on the ground. This will bring you back to..." And he pauses for a moment. "This will bring you back here to this plane. Not to my home, but wherever it is in the null plane where you are." And he hands it over. He hands it to you, Sal. And says, "Just be careful. If there's something in the null plane, just..." And he sits there for a moment and he's like, "I'm not sure I can do this." And he immediately like leans back against the wall and slumps onto the floor. It's like, why? Why is this person so important to you? How? Going to a place where existence, living beings don't even exist, and yet they somehow made their way there through some performance of life and death. How can somebody be that important to you that they break the very rules of the planes?"
Because he's our friend. And I guess because we owe him our lives on multiple occasions by this point.
He slumps down and goes, "Well, that's so. Stand in the circle or start getting things prepared." You walk all
You need any help with anything, doll?
No, this is precarious and precise. And he, and like after a moment, he goes, "Unless you can help mentally."
Oh, absolutely. I'll just start playing songs. Fuck it.
You start playing a tune as you all stand in the middle of the magical circle, him reaching back into the chest, pulling out materials, setting them to the side.
I'm going to end up. I'll mechanically I'll give him a bardic inspiration, but she'll like roll the banjo for it, and it'll become an acoustic guitar. And she goes, "Well, anyway, here's Wonderwall."
Oh my god!
Just starts playing Wonderwall.
Oh my god.
He starts bringing things out, taking like this dust, sprinkling it around the edge, and it says, "I should warn you, not about where you're going, but where we are right now. Do you know what plane this is?"
Frankly, no.
We hardly know anything about planes in general.
He says, "This is known as the Master Plane, also known as the blueprint for where every other plane resides. Whatever is done here, whatever is built here, will show up on any other plane you go to. Anywhere you go. Any other plane. And this was not always the plane where the people with souls resided. That changed thousands of years ago during the Great Alteration, also known as the Great Change." Finishes sprinkling the dust around the circle, starts putting herbs and flowers and candles around. "Before people were
here before the main city existed, society lived on the Null Plane. Disaster struck, turning what was once the liveliest plane existence into what is now known as the Null Plane. The Null Plane is where our society once stood. And this was what brought me to believe that my entire existence as a plane traveler to be useless.
Finishes setting the candles, lighting them, sits in front of the magical circle, crossing his legs, placing his hands together.
Unless you have any other questions, I will send you to the place where your friend resides.
Is this gonna hurt?
Hmm.
Or is it kind of like a...
Oh, that is a good question.
I want to send my god a prayer as well after you've done answering
Is my
those
soul
questions.
gonna be torn asunder from my skeletal frame, thrown through a washing machine before being placed delicately, oh so delicately back in?
What the heck is a
No.
washing machine?
Essentially,
my heart breaks for you, dear.
it will. The closest it will feel like is if you're just fallen,
Oh, we're used to that then.
but
Falling through a tumble dryer.
it will not hurt. That's why I took preparations onto myself. If you do things improperly, then pain might set in.
Hmm.
God damn it, I can't narrow my eyes. I'm wearing a fucking mask.
Alright, sounds good.
It narrows eyes, but he can't see it.
Go ahead, you make a prayer. Go ahead, just make a religious check.
Mm,
Cat.
Religion check.
religion.
Religion check.
How good is my religion today?
How good is your religion today?
Oh, that's
Jesus,
yeah, that's
you
decent.
Not bad.
That's
I
decent.
know.
You cling your hands together, giving a soft prayer. Your friend Piter coming up onto the tip of your hands while
Hell
you're
yeah.
praying. You open your eyes to see them there, and they immediately poof into the larger form, grasping onto you in the equivalent of a hug
Aw.
to help give a sense of safety and security through your god. Until he says,
All right. It'll take but a moment.
and he places his hands together and starts giving a soft chant until about a minute later, you all feel yourselves, your vision being filled with a gray, almost white feeling. Your vision, your specific details becoming blurry and then becoming lost. You feel yourselves in the, like how whenever you lean back in a four-legged chair and you feel yourself about to fall, it's that sort of
Oh
feeling.
lord.
God.
That feeling until
You said lean back in your chair. I was like, I already know. I do this in fucking wheeled chairs, dude.
like you lean back and suddenly you feel as if you're about to fall onto your back, but then you land. No, you were sitting still, and you feel the falling immediately stop as you're sat back or standing back where you were in a familiar looking basement, but everything is very grayscale. Everything's
Washed out.
washed out, simple, blank. It's off-putting.
the
Whatever
guy is
lively, the guy is gone. Whatever liveliness there was to the wood and the stone, the chest, the magical circle around you, everything just feels empty.
We're in the upside down.
Do we all look the same? Like, nothing different? Or just...
We're all the
Looking-
same. We look same.
looking at each
Are we
other,
also
you all-
grayscale?
No, looking at each other, you're all normal,
Oh.
but everything around you is blank feeling.
Huh. Well.
Yay.
Kent's gonna get out of the basement. Or like,
Well, we aren't dead, so that's a plus.
yeah.
I guess
Cool.
technically we are.
Technically, one of us is always right, or
Yeah. Yeah.
I really hope this
Existence
doesn't...
in a state of undeath sure is a thing to get used to, but after a couple of youngs, it gets usual.
Oof, imagine that. Anyway, back up the ladder.
Right.
We
Yep.
call the ladder, and it's a familiar one-room space, bathroom in the corner, similarly blank space. You make your way outside, and you see the city around you where you were. No people, no movement, no sound. Even as you walk across the ground, you don't hear creaking of wood or this light softness of stone, and you only barely faintly hear the rustling of your own gear. It's almost as if the sound itself is being drowned out by the emptiness. And you're in the empty town of Trueville, in the Null Plane.
Like Falseville, am I right?
Hmm. Well,
Did
I
we
hope
think
this-
past this point? Did we think this out at all?
Like-
Nope.
are we gonna have to walk all the way back to like the forest?
Yep.
Shit!
That's what I'm curious about. I'm like, are we gonna have to? I mean,
Well,
Is it? I'm
uh,
guessing it's daylight. It's just kind of.
You look up at the sky, and you see the sun. But as you all focus on the sun, like you look up and you're like, oh god, the sun, I shouldn't look at that. But then you look up again, you're like, wait, no, is that... No, that's the moon. And then the cloudy, considering, the sky turns from the cloud-filled, gray blue sky suddenly becomes the millions of stars. And you're like, wait, where'd the stars come from? And then the moon starts to get bright again. You're like, wait, no, it's the sun. And the sky hiding the stars comes back. And it's almost as if day and night are congruent here. They're both at the same time.
well, so there's like literally just nothing around right now.
There's the city you were in. There's the town you were in. Like, there's the buildings equivalent. There's everything that was built and placed there. There's no people and barely any sound even from you all moving. And even when you guys talk to each other, you feel like you have to raise your voice slightly because it almost feels like if to talk normally, it almost feels like you're forced to talk in a whisper. That's how much sound feels like it's being pulled away.
Hmm.
Ain't no time like the present. I guess we gotta start walking. I'll like twirl past Kent and start walking.
Kent
We got a lot
just-
of distance to cover and a lot of time to ruminate from that distance.
Yeah, Kent follows. Starts walking briskly once more.
You all start the long continuous walk. 5, 6, 8. Wait, how many hours are you into the walk? God. The sound, the deafening, the silence. You're not sure how long you're in to the walk. No, you're at 12 hours. No, wait, but you'd be able to see the city now. How far have you gone?
Fuck me.
If we turn around and look back, the town's not still there, is it?
I swear to God.
You turn around. Town's not there.
Okay.
Town's not there.
Alright, have we passed by any other towns, or
No?
Or any of the houses that we remember seeing?
what's the area that we're walking on look like? What's the area around
It's-
us look like that we're walking through?
Dude, there is just simple fields of different types of plants, both hay, wheat, carrots, tomatoes, just different fields of different plants to be grown, sold, fed to other people. But everything is that same. Whatever was a vibrant color is now almost a grayish white. Void of color, blank and unmoving, sound never there. You feel for certain, even with how long you've walked, you definitely should have made it somewhere, but there's nothing. You're still on a 25-foot wide marble path. The town you were in nowhere, and the city you want to go not in sight.
Well, shit.
Huh.
Yeah.
I started
Um,
walking in the right direction, right?
I'm pretty certain. I don't know.
Did you get us lost? If we got lost, we can blame her, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Try walking a little bit longer. Just see
I
if
swear.
anything.
I suppose.
If anything shows
We
up.
want to branch off
anything?
into the woods at some point.
Alright,
Is
go
it-
ahead.
Are we around
Keep
woods
walking.
or
No, it's
it's just fields?
They're just fields of plants. You can see they're all just under head height. You can see way over them, and far past them is just more fields.
Oh god.
Hmm.
And we keep walking. We are getting our steps in today.
Oh yeah, keep walking, see if anything else shows up. Then we can start worrying even more.
You all keep walking. If I could have one of you whoever wants to make a perception check.
I'm gonna make a perception check because I'm confused.
You can do it. I believe in you. I'm not giving you bardic inspiration, but I just believe in you. Roll
Good
20.
belief.
Oh.
Good job.
Soft 20.
Believe in me in this campaign, not the other one.
I will.
Anybody else making perception?
Fuck it, we ball. I do not pass a 20.
Oh man.
Roll 7.
Oh my god.
No.
One of the
Alright.
places I'm supposed to be a fucking Viking, god damn it.
Alright, you walking, and eventually, far off, you see a familiar building. You see John's house.
Just
Oh?
Oh wait,
But-
I wouldn't recognize that.
You've been walking for you should have passed John's house by now. It's been
Ooh,
hours.
what?
But you're just now reaching John's house.
Being Orthodox say time passed weird here.
Time passed, yes, but not distance.
Yeah.
The distance can be associated with time, can it not?
I mean, I suppose. Is it just John's house or like,
John's house and the familiar fields around it.
like no other buildings?
Wait.
Is it just
No,
John's
the-
house?
Just John's house.
Oh, this is
John-
concerning.
John built his house nearby to the road, alongside his fields where he would start whatever farm he decided. But as of right now, you only see his house and the fields around, and the blankness. What normally would give you longer sight lines, the blankness that is this plane seems to cut off your view maybe only a mile or two down. Even though it is continuously flat, you can't see forever. At least you can't see as far. Even in the original plane, the master plane, where you were from the city, with a good enough eye, you could see Trueville if you had a good enough eye. But even still, from where you're standing,
You can't see the main city. You can't see the church of all buildings. You can't see Trueville. And you've been walking for a while.
Well, that's mildly concerning. Pop built shack and literally nothing else but what I can see.
Hmm.
The
Well,
ransack it.
there's like no, like, we
Guess
know
we'll
for
range
sure
that
that there's
sagging
no
the
one
job.
around here though, right? Like there's no
Make a
one like,
perception check.
okay.
Make a perception check looking for a person.
Looking for anyone, anything
God,
living.
my perception checks are dog shit. Hold on,
Another 20.
Oh my! Oh my!
Damn! Perception's great
God,
right
I
now for
believe
me.
you.
You look around. There's, other than your vibrant-looking group, there's nobody. Nobody around. Nobody near. It's horrifyingly empty.
Hmm.
And you look out to the fields, and you notice a plow without a person, frozen in time, in the middle of harvesting whatever grain on that field. And as you wait 2-3 minutes and you all blink, suddenly the plow moves. You wait a minute or two more and the plow's moved even 200 feet down. There's no explanation to it. And you recall back to William saying that whatever is within the master plane transits into every other plane that there is. So you assume whatever time confusion is happening between the null plane and the master plane, right now, somebody's plowing a field.
Well, I guess John's home. We have to go here after all.
I swear to God if that's true.
It's not the one outside of John's house, right? It's like
It's next door, but it is not in front of John's house.
okay, not on his plot and plan.
No, it is not on his plot.
Okay.
He could just be doing his neighbor
Well,
a favor.
I'm gonna walk up to his house, see if he's inside, or just check
You-
inside anyway.
You walk up. You all. I'm assuming. Does everybody walk up and look inside?
I mean, yeah.
You're coming to
Yeah,
check it
we're coming
out.
to
Sweet.
confirm.
It's the only building we've seen within hours.
You all walk in. Sal, very new, not seen this building except when walking to Trueville.
Oh shit, Elena.
You see the familiar carving above the door, the familiar, almost complete building, and the originally ransacked the first time you entered. It's just like how it was last time you saw it. And after a minute or two of looking around, you hear a knock at the door.
I pull a chair up and kind of just lean against the wall, and I'm just sitting there like, well, we're fucked.
Who is it?
You all say this.
I don't like
You
this.
ask who is it, and after another minute, the knock happens again.
What does
Okay,
it
who wants
sound
to
like?
open the door?
What does it sound
Who
like?
wants to go open the creepy door? Not
Oh,
it.
well, fuck it.
Is it just like a? Is it just solid like?
It's just a
Or-
continuous 3 knocks at a time. Every minute, another 3 knocks.
They're not saying anything.
I don't
Find
like
my own
this.
door, just as suspect.
Stop quoting or not. Stop quoting fucking
Weird Al.
Weird Al. Yeah.
What did you quote?
They're not saying anything. So finally I open the door, just as I suspected. It's a big fat hermaphrodite with a flock of seagull haircuts and only one nostril.
Hey,
Ah,
Man,
I hate it.
hey,
when I'm
Dragon
right.
Succubus, formerly Sphinx. Hey, welcome. Crazy shit's happening.
Alright, I
Welcome.
open the door.
You open the door, and as you open the door,
Yes.
30 feet back from the door, standing in the middle of the open field, you see a hooded figure, not the same blank white, almost like a yellowed color, standing hood up, sword to the side, same yellow, their skin the same yellowed color as the armor they're wearing and the hood over their head, the black darkness of the cloak covering their face, armor covering the legs, big boots across their feet, standing one hand on the sword hilt, one hand straight down, staring at you.
I cast Detect Thoughts, and I'm trying to
Um,
immediately gauge their intent.
yeah,
Can you
that's
talk,
very
Miri?
good.
You do detect thoughts, and the only thoughts you detect are those of the people around you. There is not a thought in the being out in the field.
Is there any way I could possibly detect their intent?
Like,
Make
By their body language,
like
or
how, like, is
anything?
this setting off my, like, Tylik Spidey senses? Like,
Make an
does
insight
this...
check.
Darling, do you do the whole talking thing? Or are you one of them silent types?
Does a 28 do?
28 natural 20. You
Damn.
immediately you see Sal open the door, you're like, oh shit. You take a peek out, you see this, you do the detect thoughts, you don't sense any sort of brain waves, thought patterns, anything coming out, but you like they're not hostile. They're not threatening. They're not trying to be angry. They're anticipating, waiting, expecting.
I'm expecting.
Well,
Hmm.
huh.
And as you say that, Sal, they stand there,
upright, hand on hilt of sword, other hand down to the side, cloak over the head, unmoving.
Kind of like looks at them, looks at the group, looks back. He's 10 feet closer. Like looks back at the group. Is he a friend of y'all's?
Nope.
No, not that
But,
way. That's
like-
not the person we're looking for.
Like, when you looked back at me the first time, like, my hands on my holster, like, ready to go. Like, I am tense the fuck up.
Yeah, Kent is also just kind of like,
Yeah, I have my hand on my sword, kind of like.
just also like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this one, Chief.
like. I don't trust this.
So, how far away are they from the doorway?
I think you said
They're-
30 feet.
Yeah, they're about 30 feet away from the doorway.
Okay. I start getting up and making my way towards the door besides Sal.
You stand beside Sal, and as it sees two of you, the hand comes off of the sword handle. It turns to the right, walks to the road, and then turns back to the doorway, looking at you expectantly. Still unable to see its face.
I take a step outside and watch the figure.
As you take a step out, you take one step forward out onto the porch, it takes one step back, looking at you,
Back as in towards or away from me?
away from you, back into the road, further into the road.
And we can't see like this person's face or anything? Or like supposedly person?
You can make a perception check.
I will, sir.
I'll roll another 16.
Oh, that's not good, but you know.
You cannot see a face. You cannot see an outline, a detail. The cloak is casting too much of a shadow. But their skin, their armor, doesn't, even within the null plane, you've gotten, at least with the couple hours you've spent here, you've gotten used to how things look. They don't, their armor and skin doesn't look that to be of the null plane. It doesn't have that same emptiness, that same null feeling. It's different. It's rough. And that's all you can
So
really
they-
tell.
So they also don't kind of look like us in that way either, though.
No.
Hmm.
Their color is blank, but not in the same way that the null plane would make them.
It's like a blank color, not a grayscale filter.
Yes, exactly.
I'd say Kent also comes out onto the porch as well. Just
Well-
looking at this guy.
You step out,
Just kind of
and it's
observing right
still
now.
standing there intently, expectantly, just waiting.
I kinda meander.
Okay,
my
guys,
way
are we gonna
through.
follow him? Are we gonna what
I kinda
is
just-
our game plan here?
I kind of give a curious yet skeptical look towards the group, and I start making my way towards the road.
You make your way towards the road to where it is. It steps into the middle of the road. As you make your way, as soon as you reach the road, it immediately snap turns and starts making its way down the path.
Huh.
Ominous.
I don't like this.
Well, little buddy, where are
Um,
you going? I just start following.
I'm following as well, but very cautiously. Just
Yeah,
a little
don't leave me.
hesitantly, just like. Come on, Brennan. God, there's nowhere else to go.
That's why I'm following.
Hmm.
You all slowly follow. Reluctantly at first, pick up the pace. And after only 30 minutes of walking, you see the enormous piring spike of the church.
The-
Far off in
Can
Can we
the
see
distance-
John's house behind us still?
The
No.
his house just
The church.
disappeared on this like wait. Is this field
His
like
house is
flat
gone.
or like
It's flat. It's a flat plane.
Oh
like a
my
like a
God.
Minecraft super flat world, essentially.
we don't see
It's
his
a
house
flat
in the
plane.
distance?
His house is gone. But you see the church of the main city.
God, there's render distance.
Is it just the church?
It's what it says.
You all, as you walk a little further, you see the beginning houses and buildings and thoroughfare of the main city, but eerily empty. Nothing there.
What do you mean nothing? Like nothing, or just normal to this point? Nobody.
Normal to this point, nobody.
Uh,
But like everything is still
You haven't,
there.
yeah, you haven't been in the main city long enough to notice any sort of movement of things or outliers. You're like just now seeing it.
so is this figure still like walking ahead of us?
Yes, it is still walking towards the main city. And if you guys stop, if at any point if you guys stop, it will then stop 20, 30 feet ahead of you. And then stand and wait, looking away from you entirely, never looking back, just
Oh.
standing waiting.
And I assume if I like try to pick up speed to catch up with it, he'll match pace and always maintain.
Yes.
Damn.
Even if like even when you go to a full sprint, you're like, this dude is fast. whatever this dude is.
Okay.
Have we tried talking to this person yet?
He doesn't seem to be the talking type. Ain't that right, darling?
No recognition or movement.
Just Kent calls out, just like, "Who are you? What are you?"
You say, "What are you?" The cloak moves to the side, revealing the sword. It places its hand on the hilt, grasping the hilt of the blade, shakes it, and brings the cloak back around itself and continues walking.
So you
Can't
can't
tell
hear
if that's
us, but
supposed
you
to be a
can't-
threat or an answer.
I don't know. That's ominous still.
Kind of like shakes the fucking acoustic guitar at it.
Okay.
You don't. Well, if we're just follow them, do they just take us to the church?
They take you further into the city, and you're all walking in. You're like, okay, well, now we gotta go through the fucking city. This long walk. You're walking to the church. You all look down, just ready for the walk, blinking your eyes, looking down, not paying attention, looking back up. Suddenly, you don't see the church anymore, and you turn around, and the church is behind you. But you've only taken a couple steps. And you see the figure is still only 30 feet in front. You take another couple steps, looking forward at it, looking to the side, looking around. And as you look forward again, suddenly you're past the arena. You look back, the arena's behind you. And you're in front of Gorthadak and Corazorn's... Gorthadak's bar and Corazorn's guild hall. Continuing forward, paying attention to the details, looking around until suddenly you all look forward again, and you're all stopped directly behind you, a fountain, frozen in time, water not moving. The being standing on the bridge. It then turns around, draws the sword, points at you, points out to the forest, and then suddenly you watch as cracks come across the being, across the sword, over the hood, until it crumbles as a stone statue. Then the stone turns to dust, and the dust blows away in the non-existent wind.
Well, that's
Gone.
dramatic.
Thank you. I guess.
Well,
I-
huh.
Real quick, Mr. DM, I'm gonna reach into the non-existent cleavage and pull out a stopwatch, or like a pocket watch. It is time, and if I check it, is time like moving normally?
You look, and it's weird. You look, hour hands at a 1, minute hands at the 6, second hands at the 8, then the 11, then the 4, and then you blink and suddenly the hour hands at the 12, and the minute hands at the 1, and the second hands at the 6, and then you blink and suddenly there's only the second hand ticking by, and then you blink and then there's no hands, and you blink, and this final blink you watch hour hand at the 11, minute hand at the 11, second hand 8, 9, 10, 11, all three click to the 12.
This is gonna be a pain in the ass to reconfigure. Fuck me. Alright. Alright.
Well, damn.
The sword man pointed us in a direction.
You only have one sword, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Was it red?
Was it red?
Oh my god.
Alright. Well, Can't
I guess
walk
into the
into the
woods.
woods, yep.
Well, I
Walk
guess it
towards
is
the
about
woods.
that time.
Is it dark in the
Pops.
forest, or?
Same blank, almost white look. Where there are shadows, instead of it being a shadow, it's almost like a blown out white. There's almost no black in this landscape.
Okay, still eerie, but a little more comforting that there's nothing hiding in the darkness.
Or is it the darkness that is hiding?
That's a horrifying quote.
Save it again?
Nothing's hiding in the darkness, or is it the darkness that is hiding?
I don't
Anyway,
like that.
into the forest we
Someone
go.
write that down in the quotes channel.
Anyway,
I think
that's how
that
I've made myself
it's
scared
kind
now.
of wild.
Fuck me. I had like a goofy little traveling bit I had planned, and then my brain just went,
What?
Feel proud, David. You made the person who continuously plays D&D feel fear.
I need to put that down.
Holy
What the hell
shit.
was that again?
Well,
All right.
unless it's the darkness that's hiding.
Oh my god.
God, okay. I'll like hop, skip, and jump like 10 feet in front of the party. Pull out the stopwatch. And at this point in time, the ground's gonna start rumbling.
I
Yeah.
am curious now.
Yeah.
hold on, Tylik.
It does appear to be about that time, ain't it? And the ground and the rumbling gets louder and louder. And she puts it away. She turns around to face the team as the ground rumbles harder. And deep in the distance, you hear a horrifying sound. A sound you've never heard before in your life. Oh, it's time! She smiles, grabs the mask, pulls it forward, and as she does, it reveals more and more of a skull. As a dragonborn skull is slowly revealed, and there are intricate flowers and vines painting across it. She goes, "Darling, I'm sorry to come across this in, let's say, less than honest intentions, but you gotta realize something at some point about yourself, okay?" And she's looking, like, two, like, pinprick glowing eyes in her sockets are staring at Brenham. She goes, "You're a lot more special than you realize. And as part of, let's say, a blessing, a test must come beforehand. I'm gonna need all of you to make me a wisdom saving throw."
We're going to end the session right there.
Okay, so two things. One, I was correct to be hesitant upon her from the first
Oh,
off,
absolutely.
and Tylig, you tried to hit that. Just think about that.
And I still
Think about that.
would. And I still would.
Can I also just get
Me getting
an
beaten to
exact-
death with the red flag would.
Do we still wisdom saving throw or?
Oh,
we'll
that'll
do
come
that
at the
at the
start of
yeah,
next
we'll do that at the
We'll
beginning of next
later.
session.
Okay, lovely.
Anyway, also, can I get a quick amount of gold that you have, Kent? Exactly how much gold do you have?
Let me see. This is how much I have recorded in my pocket. Put it in
I
the
have
Oh my goodness.
3,324 gold. All right.
Yes.
I'll say you notice during the walk, your gold's gone. You can try and make a perception or history check right now as we're ending the session to see if you can remember or pinpoint when it could have been missing.
Perception or what?
Perception or history.
I'm
Better
doing
not make us go all
perception.
broke. I was just about to buy a crossbow when we got back.
I
Shopping
swear
day.
to God, if you freaking
You-
stole it,
You think back
Oh,
and look
100%.
around, and you're like,
I had it this morning. I had it when we left town. I didn't have it when we met Trueville, when we entered Trueville. There's only been one person we've walked with the entire way to Trueville. There's only one person here you don't fully trust that could possibly have your gold.
Little me. Never trust sexy skeletons, okay?
Look,
This is
I
a
never
light
tr-
I
one.
never
I
trusted you.
totally did!
You know what they
I
say?
fully suspected you from the very beginning! I want that to be known!
Oh yeah.
Didn't
I
trust
think
you
y'all are
either.
ready for what's about to go down.
Look, man, I'm just saying. You know what they say? The crazier in the head, the crazier in bed.
My God.
Wild for that one.
I mean,
So-
definitely gonna be wild, alright?
So we're going to end the session there. By the time we make it to next session, we are going to start with combat and with everybody making a wisdom saving throw.
Are we about to get hit by a train?
I s-
I'm just fully imagining just like a train
Oh my
coming out
God.
of nowhere from like left field and just trying to run us over.
There is no trying.
I
Do or do not, there is no try.
And it does. It
I
will.
swear to God. I swear to God.
Oh
Blood will be spilt if there is any in your bones.
There isn't any. It's just magical.
Then your
wispy
bones
bullshit.
will be broken and spilled like blood.
I will
Look,
drink
we
the
kill this
marrow from your bones upon your death.
I will
If
make
we
you into
do
dust.
end up killing this bit, I did say that I do call the banjo. I just want that to be known.
You mean the acoustic guitar slash bass
Slash
violin?
Banjo slash. I'm calling that. If we do defeat, I call it. I just want that to be known because I want a better instrument.
Damn, could you imagine if I TPK the party?
God, what is the nearest pawn shop?
I
have the
swear.
cool little banjo I want to sell.
I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna sell this.
No, not a fucking chance. As the
Trent-
person who I looked at it, I went, oh.
Yeah, one, Trent knows what the item does. Trent knows what the item is in the lore of the world. You're not gonna
And-
want to sell this.
You're not. You ain't.
Where's the nearest pawn
Is that
shop?
a, wait, is that a good you don't want to sell this?
the
or
It's a
nearest-
very good you don't
You
want to
don't
sell
want
it.
Okay.
The nearest pawn shop is about one plane or
Plane
shift
away, yeah.
Well, we have an island. Fuck. I just realized it's set up there.
What?
I gave the item
Oh
that allows you
no!
to enter
Yep,
into
I just got
battle
two. I just got
to the
two.
person that you're about to fight.
Oh my God.
And I hope you understand, Trent. Like, I'm sure you realized as soon as I gave that to you why I gave it to you.
Oh,
specifically.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why I was hesitant to start taking shit for the party until you handed it to me. I was like, oh, okay.
I was about. I don't know when it was, but at one point I did have the idea of like trying to take it from you, or like whenever he handed it to you, I was about to go. No, I don't know if I trust you yet.
Yeah, I knew something was up.
I was
the
about
second-
to.
We
I
should
knew
have
something was
been more
up.
cautious.
The second that you were like, okay, Trend, here's the item, instead of offering it to the party. I'm like,
Don't
Well,
mind if I do.
hints come in many fashions,
So
whether
betrayed.
it be direct from the DM or figured out by the party.
I swear to God.
All I can think of is the fucking, oh god, what is it? It's the Lazy Town bit where he's running the fucking ice cream stall.
It's yours for free.
For free?
I love the fucking version of that where it's like, it's yours for free. For free?
My
Oh, God.
God.
Man, first session where I didn't have to roll a single fucking dice.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, you actually really did. You actually even roll like?
By the
no.
way, everything in total for my performance bonus is a plus 13.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's why you were like, oh, like I'll do my performance. I was like, all right, bud. Boom.
Yeah, what is
I
your
have plus
performance?
8.
Wow.
So I mean, I had a chance.
Let's see. 15, 28 in total for that one. On a crit, that's a 33. Whoops.
I still have a chance.
A chance.
What happened?
A minuscule chance, but a chance nonetheless. As I told you. Try your
I
little
mean-
hard out, Donna. You always have a chance.
You beat them one time at Gorthodax Bar.
Yes, you did. I rolled like
I
dog shit.
did.
I'm so excited.
I am
I can't wait.
so
So scared.
So we're all ready for next Saturday, right?
I'm so filled
Yes.
with rage.
Maybe.
This is also like the earliest we've gotten done.
Like,
Also, I was getting
oh.
all of the talking in because I haven't done any in-character talking this entire time. I was like,
I literally. Well, that's the thing.
Trent had this idea for a bard character they wanted to do, and I was like, hey. I have
Hey.
a devilish idea.
I said, how devilish? And he's like, do you want to be the masked musician? And I was like, yes.
And this was back while I was still working at Food Lion. This was like maybe a month before I quit, I want to say. So
This has been in the works for a while.
Damn. Okay.
yeah, he was telling me about this, and I was like, I have an idea.
If I had the nickel for every time I played a character that turned out to be the secret boss of the next encounter the party went into, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the first time, by the way, I stole the group's Ring of Wishes. I didn't steal it, I took it under the pretense that, quote, a girl has to accessorize. And then I turned out to be the big bad. Oh boy, that was fun.
Oh my God. Anytime you are any other character now, I'm just never gonna trust you again.
Oh no.
I can't wait for, like, John to die, my next character rolls in, and everyone is so fucking dismissive of them.
Oh,
I'm
just like,
yeah.
get out of here.
Every
Leave.
day.
You kill Sal, John dies, and then Sal shows up again. Just like, oh hey y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Everyone just
No.
turns and
Automatically, I
leaves.
will kill him.
Leaves the
I get out
opposite
of there
direction.
again.
Automatically.
Just pulls out all the weapons. You're dead.
Fucking burlap back. Oh man. Aha. I'm so excited to play this character.
Well, I'm glad I got to give you your first look into how this character would be, and I'm glad everybody got to enjoy their loss of gold and loss of trust for the...
I'm very upset. I've been saving that.
I'm rich, dude.
Our
Yeah,
money.
You now have over 5,000 gold pieces total.
Combined,
So-
I think Tylik was 200 platinum, and then what was it, like 50
Two-
gold?
2,050 gold, 3,324 gold. So you have 5,374 gold from the party, plus the like
Have-
10-15 you got from.
Plus the 10 gold that I got. Have you figured out what your gold haul for this fight's gonna be?
It's gonna
Hopefully
be
all of our
Your
stuff-
gold.
You're fucking dead.
The greatest gift of all, money!
Our own money. Thank you very much.
Thank you for our money. My God.
A net gain from this fight is 10 gold.
Goddamn right.
I remember
10 gold and a pretty cool instrument, I guess.
whenever I told whenever I said to Recipe, like, your gold's gone, like the immediate like look of just
Like the immediate disdain of just, oh, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
By the way,
and I was kind of upset by that. I'm looking up the rules because I'm like, how did he take it out of my bag of holding? And then I learned a funny thing. I technically have 2 bags of holding.
yes.
I mean, beer shut me down immediately, obviously. But I
Yeah.
technically have 2 bags of holding. If you put a bag of holding in a bag of holding, it creates a
A
black,
black
hole.
hole. Yes.
Yeah,
Well, not a black hole anymore. It's
but
a
portal
thing
to the astral plane.
to the astral plane, which is a horrifying fucking concept. Did you
Which
know that there
sucks
By
are?
two
in
bags
every-
of holding, you mean the bag of holding and the bag of unholding, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that there are astral dragons in the astral sea? And did you know? Oh no. Well, you're not astral projecting into the astral sea, so you don't have to deal with the fucking thread. The thread, when you astral project into the astral sea, your soul is tethered back to your body with a thread. If that thread is cut, you cannot return to your body. Whoops! Did you know that the astral dragon has an attack that specifically targets the thread? Whoops!
By the way,
Wait, so if you
Mm.
astral plane in the astral sea, do you need an astral boat?
I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
I've never been there before.
I guess it would be technically more of like an astral submarine, considering how the astral plane works.
True. It is just.
But I will tell you right now, if you mix your bag of holding and bag of unholding, it's just gonna make a bag.
immediately becomes a mundane bag.
Yes, I'm telling you right now,
It's a
if you mix your
bag.
bag of holding and bag of unholding, the bag of unholding is going to disappear and you're getting a bag. It's all of your items are deleted that are in the whole bag of holding, and it is just a mundane bag.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
Excited for next session. It's
So
gonna be
am I.
awesome. It's gonna be a blast.
I'm scared.
Why would you be scared? You're just fighting.
I don't
a
know.
master
Why
position.
do you think?
You're just fighting one person. How bad could it be?
One person with a train.
I don't like how you
Okay.
said that.
Listen. I'm a bard. I got like fucking 10 health.
Oh my
Just
god.
Crack me in the face a couple of times. I'll be dead. It'll be
Hmm.
Well,
It'll
I
be
gotta go to
interesting.
sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway, are you?
Fine.
Do you? Yes. Have fun. Also, Audrey,
Have a
you still
good
like
night.
your? Do you still agree with your thing that says "lovely skelly woman"?
Hold on, let me just fix that real quick.
There's a reason mine's just called
Hold
Charming
on.
the Party.
Hold on, I'm changing that now.
Yeah, I was reading into that. I'm like, charming the party feels odd. Like, I picked up on a lot of hints where I'm like, because after my money went missing, is immediately when I was like, I know it was you, but my character doesn't know it was you.
Oh yeah, because I have a once a day racial feat that says I get to sub a performance check for any other skill check. So when I twirled past each of you, I performance checked and plus 14 for a sleight of hand.
Oh my god.
Yes. Love this character. All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
So,
But we know they have a plus 14 now,
yeah, to performance.
but Tyler doesn't know.
Alec doesn't know. No.
Yum yum.
Well, this has been fun. I have to go reflect on my recent actions.
I'm going to get beat up by Audrey. So
I'm going to, yeah.
What?
anyway, have fun.
Yeah, see you guys. Bye. He's dead. That boy's dead. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.